Hey everybody, happy Saturday. Let me get up through the list. How y'all doing? Yamez here with Island Metal Forge, but y'all knew that. That's what you're here for. Hope everybody can hear me. Hey Dana, first in. Rock on, man. Robert Lonis, how's it going? John Burnell, you broke your spring. Dang. How you doing, Trail Dust? George Anderson. Elaine, what up? Arizona sweet tea. I got mine cooling off right now in the fridge, in the mini fridge. Jeff Woodring, J-Dub, how you doing, man? Iwan, Ewan Roberts Photography. Hey, you doing? How you doing, man? Brian, 83 GT. How you doing, brother? Seen you pop in here and there. You know, Wombat Dundee. You'll be back. Herd Bird. Dwayne Aubuchon. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Speargrass. Morning, morning. Bottega. Yeah, y'all are probably gonna get pretty dang bored with me because I'm gonna be working on bowl shapes and bowl things again today. I actually had from last week's show. I was working on the sploot bowl, the splat bowl, but I was playing around with it yesterday, just looking at it, you know, and I had an idea. Okay, I got a whole bunch of wire. Right, let me run this idea by you guys and see what y'all think. David Carroll, how you doing, man? I'm going to re-round this out, probably smooth out some of the ridges, and bowl it a bit more. And I got all this steel wire. And what I think I'm going to do is get that rounded, get that more bell-shaped, not bell-shaped, but more, you know, deeper bowl shape, and forge out a stick that comes off of it and brings it down, holding it in this position to a base. And then take that cord and attach it, you know, a whole bunch of them, that cord, the steel wire, and cut a bunch of lengths and attach them all in there. And then it'll be a jellyfish. And from there I can take some LED strip lighting and line it around the inside, run the low voltage line down the thing, hide it with some tape or whatever, and plug it in and make it a jellyfish lamp. So just a thought. I was looking at this and I'm like, now that sounds like that's going to be a good idea. I've seen forged jellyfish before, but I think that I can make it look pretty dang cool and turn it into a lamp, an LED lamp, and make it really awesome. I don't know that anybody would. I'll put it on my table. I don't know that anybody would ever buy it, but because it's not going to be cheap. But I think that would be cool. And I think if I can get the technique for that down, that would be something unique to my shop, keeping with the island theme, you know, the ocean theme. Hey, Bill. How you doing, John Cat? Yeah. Thanks, guys. Yeah, had the thought, and I'm like, let me try that. Yeah, you know, well, the LED stripping, I don't know if some of you guys remember back when I had it. I lost my remote. I got to buy a new one, whatever. Just laziness. I haven't done it. I got LED strip lighting in my room, and you know, you can change the colors. You can have it follow music. You can have it dim. You know, all sorts of stuff. So that's the type of LED lighting I would put on it. You know, color change lighting, not just white bright LED lighting. Hey, old school. My birthday's in August too. So that's kind of where I'm going with that. You know, kind of like a party light or a desk lamp. You know, just kind of an ambient, neat light. So that's what I'm going to work on first, is trying to get that into a good shape. And should I, you know, since I will be working with bowls, my bowl shaping and stuff like that, you know, instead of switching over completely to a whole different project, I've got other bowl cutouts, the hearts and the leaves, another saw blade, you know, that I'm going to probably go ahead and start bowling out, you know, while I have it going. So let me get this in the fire and let it start warming up. But yeah, it's something that I know that I can do because I have that electronics or electricals and stuff. Yamez and his track hammer. Is making a hammer from 4140 just by myself, by hand, a huge amount of work. Sorry to change subject. Not a problem, David. It's a great subject change. It depends on what you consider a lot of work. You get your line out right, and it's actually hammers are a lot easier than most people give them credit for. You know, you line it out right. You punch your eye straight. You drift it properly. Make sure you have an hourglass coming from each side so that it's narrower in the center of the hammer, and then you bevel the edges of the thing so that it doesn't crack have a sharp edge against the wood. Everything else is window dressing. The fullers, they're window dressing, you know, as long as you get those faces correct, you know. So it's not a huge amount of work. Building up the tooling can be, but yeah. Tried a few horseshoe hearts. One last broke at the point, one a bit too round at the point, one not quite finished yet. Yeah, man. Do it. Happy birthday, Ewan? Ewan. Yeah, I'm going to say Ewan. Ewan! Yeah, I'll hire an electrician. Hey, Robert. And yes, thank you, Robert, for reminding me, our resident vocal lurker. Hello to all the lurkers out there, those who watch but don't chat. Howdy, everybody. Y'all should see the state of some of my personal electrical. It's like, aren't you an electrician, dude? Don't you have skill? Yeah, but I'm lazy. I'm a lazy person. I don't want to work. I want to bang on the drums all day. I want to rock and roll all night. And part of every day. You know what? I don't know why I'm doing this the hard way. Flip it around. It'll heat up right nicely. Yeah. Yes, lurkers, hit the like button too. Floyd, Matt, how y'all doing? Hey, Frank. Right, Speargrass? Right, Adam? Yeah, it's not that I don't know how. I will run 15 extension cords or you know, spend a year running an extension cord across the shop rather than doing an up and over drop cord, you know, just because, why? What am I making today? I am turning the sploot bowl from the other day, I'm turning it into the head piece of a jellyfish, and then I'm going to start attaching tentacles to it. I don't know if I'm going to do that in this show, actually, because I busted a line on my oxyacetylene, my secondary line, and I need to replace it before I can light that back up again. I'm going to still say Ewan. Love it, man. So, basically, modifying an old project that I was mildly happy with is what I'm doing today, if that helps or makes sense. And then if I have time, I'll keep working on some bowls. You know, I'll keep the party going. Party every day, not part of every. Well, I like to rock and roll all night and part of every day. Come on, anybody seen the movie Role Models? Get to moving stuff around the shop. Oh, I hear you, Bill. I know exactly what you mean. And that's the whole point is you know, like the cobbler's son has holes in his shoes. You know, I'm too busy to worry about my own stuff. I'll just run a dang cord. Eventually, I will have a whole line and drops and plugs everywhere. You know, I'll have like, you know, dedicated quad circuits and stuff like that. Maybe a copper bowl. I'd have to cut up a piece of copper, but, you know, I could do a copper bowl. If y'all want to see me do, cut up copper on my bandsaw, I don't typically like doing that for a live stream. I prefer to have things prepped up, but I can if you want me to. You know, speaking of prepped up, I got to get some water for the. Ooh, that water is grungy. Nice, clean slack tub water. My old dunk tank water is just ugh. Nice, clean. My slack tub water is so clean you can drink it. Alrighty. And it's still going to have a little bit of texture around the outside, just nowhere near as much. Yeah, what he said. Oh, and Soggy Bottom sent me up a package that I've got to open tomorrow during tomorrow's live stream. I got it on Monday, and I haven't been allowed to open it. Hey, Corey. You can forge parts for a firearm. Hey, Mr. Maker. I got that from Roy, John. Yes, sure did. Yeah, exactly. If you're a jack of all trades, nothing gets done. It's always like, I can do that. I ain't gonna hire nobody to do that. And you never do. You just never ever do. I think maybe that worked. Yeah. Apparently that worked. Whatever the heck that was. I mean, I'm still. It says I'm still disconnected, but I guess I'm live. I guess. Hey, what's up, Henry St. Street Forge? How many people did I lose because of that? Almost everybody. Wow. I don't know what the heck just happened. You know. Test. Test that. It comes up. Chat. Successfully connected. That's so weird. So weird. Play that. Yeah, weirdness. I don't know what that was. Like my freaking, OBS just went, no! Yeah, I'm back. Near as I can tell. All right. It says excellent connection. Let's give it a hand for the IT team. I was fighting the loop of death. All right. Welcome back, guys. Sorry about that. I don't even know what I was saying before it all happened because I don't know when it all happened. I wonder how many new viewers saw that and said, "This guy doesn't know what he's doing. I'm never gonna watch this show again." I'm getting back into blacksmithing after watching your videos and 2 other blacksmiths. Right on, man. Awesome. A road trip to Houston. I might do a road trip to Houston. Yeah. Slackwater's on fire, right? Yeah. Slack tug's on fire. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad I was able to inspire you to get back into it. Hey, Stefan. Thomas Matthews, how you doing, man? And to everybody else who, I didn't. All right. I got to keep my eye on that green dot. Hey, BC. Oh, and I'll give you guys a sneak peek of something else I'm working on. In my opinion, too little, too late, but surely it's going to be something fun. A little sneak peek of the template. Something fun for shows. Where did I put the template? I don't know where I put anything. Oh, right. Yeah? Yeah? What y'all think? Huh? Make that out of steel. Hooks and skulls, right on, right on. What's up, Troy? Come on. So another little bit of news. I just did a interview yesterday. Somebody's school paper, they wanted to interview a blacksmith, so that was pretty neat. So a little phone interview. Thanks, guys. And all I was doing was showing it to you guys. I weren't going into it at all. And then also an article's being, was written about me for a local magazine. The Albemarle Trade Winds. So that's kind of neat. I'm featured. Hey, Morante. How you doing, brother? Oh, this one isn't necessarily for the farmer's market, and this one isn't necessarily a bowl. This here piece is going to be a lamp. It's going to be a jellyfish lamp. And I want the edges of it to be rounder or more curved than the middle of it, hence the way I'm forming it. Jono. Hey, Keith. Thank you. Albemarle. The what winds? Trade Winds. Trade Winds magazine. When you move like a jellyfish, rhythm means nothing and you don't stop. It's as simple as something that nobody knows when her eyes are as big as her bubbly toes. I like that song. Ra-ta-ta-ra-ta-ta. Ta-ta-ra-ta-ta-ra-ta-ra-ta-ta-ra-ta-ta. What's that? I can't even remember who sings that song. It's as simple as something that nobody knows, and her eyes are as big as her bubbly toes. Okay. Maybe I'll switch tactics here, because I do want... Nope, I don't want. Now, although, let me pull this up here. I'm going to even it out some, but although ideally the jellyfish would be like almost perfectly round here as it's moving through the water, it goes through a large range of shapes as it moves. And I need a place to mount the lighting that will be out of the way of the tentacles and still aim kind of downish. So I don't want to make this thing super rounded. Yeah, demonetized. Jack Johnson, thank you, Mr. Maker. Whew, I am not yet worn out, but I didn't think that Yamez singing wouldn't bug me. So I sing good music, don't I? But yeah, so this would be kind of like it swooping up before throwing down, and from there I will attach. I'm gonna even it out because it is a little uneven, but from there I'll do tentacles. I'll probably forge the tentacle for it, or the stand for it now. Well, not right now, but yeah. And then I'll just find a piece of flat steel to attach that all to. It is going to be very cool. I can't wait. I'm looking for something. It'd be nice if I had tubing, some 3/8 non-threaded tubing that I could heat up and bend without kinking, but I don't see the ability in that just yet. So I'll run the wires on the outside of it, and then just seal it in some vacuum tube or some heat shrink tube or something. But because they're little wires, but I need the steel that I think is in my truck, which is no es bueno. Because my truck is actually being borrowed. I do have 3/8 threaded rod, that's a tube, but it's threaded, and I don't know about using that. How about copper tubing from a line? The trick is attaching it. It's something to think about moving forward with these things. Running tubing. But what I'd have to do with the tubing, say take one end, I'd have to cut a hole for the wires to come out, and then splay the end to attach it to the head or the body of the jellyfish, and then do the same at the bottom to bring the wires out and all of that. And it would be like, I know how I would do it, but copper to copper, I don't know. It does bring up the neat idea of using copper wiring for the tentacles. That might look cool. It might even patina pretty cool, as opposed to the steel, which would rust very quickly. So I may do that. I may solder on or braze on copper wiring instead of steel for the tentacles. And that allows whoever buys it to shape the tentacles however they want. Or say they want to, they've got a little fish thing, they could wrap the fish in the tentacle, or whatever. But yeah, it's just as easy to run, because the wires that run those lights, they're, I want to say 22 gauge. They're tiny wires, you know. And I just use like gaffing tape, black gaff tape, to tape them on the inside, and then heat shrink tube down the side. Boom, you know, you're done. You know what I mean? Jelly bean? It's as simple as something that nobody knows. I do it big as a bottle of table. I like that where that is. I like that where that is. I'm going to set that to the side. And I am going to clean out my fire. Dang it. Y'all got that song stuck in my head now. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay, I know I've got a piece of scrap long enough to do what I want to do. I got rebar right here, but I don't really want to do it out of rebar. I'm like on a mission here. You know what? I've got this here piece of, looks like, what, 1/2 inch round stock. I can draw it out. Although 1/4 inch is like perfect for what I want to do, you know. I've got drill right there, but that's more for steel pins. Checking my scraps piles. I know y'all are probably screaming, I see something you can use right there. Why don't you just use that? And I'll say, no, I don't want to. Right? 2 cans and 2 mics. What's up with the echo? Oh, my bad. That's from when I reset. Night. Well, there's some copper pipe. I don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Here is some 1/8 inch rod. No, that's not. I don't know. That's galvanized something or another. This is what happens when you plan a project like on the fly and you don't make sure you have everything right on hand that you need for it. As so often happens on my show, guys. Oh, I'm horrible. You know what? Let's do this. I've got some square bar here, I've got that stuff there. I can swap this out pretty quickly for a nope, that's the wrong size or side. That's what I want right there. Use the power hammer because you guys all love it when I use the power hammer because pieces go flying everywhere. Right? Right, everybody? Ah. All right. Let me do this so y'all ain't so dizzy. Move this stuff so that it ain't in the viewing angle. Yeah. Thought Yamez was using his God voice. Ain't gonna walk the hammer. It's are there drinking games? All right. I need to practice drawing stuff out anyway. Turn on. There you go. I need to practice on drawing stuff out. Hashtag not a sponsor. Yeah, it is about time for me to put down the monster and pick up the tea, which is probably frozen by now. Oh, when I forget something that I just had in my hand and then drop forging. I get you. Those are the two things I do the most. Alrighty. Tongs to hold this. Nice length of steel to work with. Do you remember where I put the jellyfish? No, but I don't need it right now. I put it somewhere to cool down so that it's either on the floor, it's not on the other. There it is. It's on the Bakos right here. Drink. Y'all are killing me. I did want to do something a little bit different than the bowls for the show, because as much as I'm loving them, I'm sure they get boring after a while, you guys watching me make them. Jono. Hey, wait a minute. I found it, though. I found it. It's right there. That's not fair. I found it. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want anybody. I don't want to be responsible for anybody suffering alcohol poisoning. Alrighty. Yeah. Yeah. Ha! What? What? How tired are you, Yamez? Could make a drinking game for every time he said he was. I'm not tired at all today. I've been chugging monsters. I had a much-needed vacation. Exactly, Adam. Hey, Cheryl. Sulbert. How you doing? I did. I kicked the extension cord and unplugged the computer. I've done that a couple times. That's not fun. Sully, you came up in a joke at my family at the family vacation at my expense. Somebody, I think it was my brother and sister were talking about great YouTube channels to watch. And I go, I know the greatest YouTube channel to watch. And, Josh goes, who? Shamrock Forge? And I go, no, me. So, yeah, he goes, that's the only one I can remember. I'm like, that's a good thing. Did you get the house done? Hell no. That's so far away from being done. It was just my sister came into town and we all took time just to sit, chill, and relax. I did come over here and get a little bit of stuff done, but not much. I got a hammer mailed out. All right. And I am totally fine with this looking very off and rough, because it's supposed to be kind of underwatery, natural. So I really don't need it to be a super smooth, you know, like shaft smooth, like shut your mouth kind of smooth. What you talking, jive turkey? I don't need that. Oh, the big job that we're doing rush before the vacay. Yes and no. Yes, we finished what we were able to. The ciders are holding us up. As far as I know, they're still holding it up. Or they're still holding us up. Yamez, when should I use water temper and oil temper? What kind of tools are used for each of these tempers? Hey, Paul. Morante, there's a long answer to that, and I'm sure somebody or several somebodies are typing furiously right now. Number one, you're talking about quench, water quench and oil quench. Temper is after it is hardened in the quench, then you temper it back to suit the tool need in an oven. And all of that depends on what steel you're using. You know, different steels use different quench mediums, oil, water, or different types of oils. And all of them, you know, the different steels temper back differently compared to what the tool is going to be, you know. Speargrass brings up a great point, and I might actually give Sam a call tonight after the show and see if he can pop on tomorrow. Morante, if you're able to join my Sunday morning live stream, hey Bloobs, my Sunday morning live stream, I may go over heat treat and tempering on the show. I wish I could be more, you know, give you a perfect answer of what you seek, but it's a broad question and an excellent question for a beginner, because, you know, you just learned something new that is, you know, there's more to it than just this, one thing or the other. But I do recommend picking up the Heat Treaters app or the Yeah, the heat treatment app. You can search different steels and it'll tell you all sorts of good information about them. Okay. Yeah. When she moves like a jellyfish, rhythm means nothing. You go with the flow, you don't stop. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Yeah. Yeah. Have you worked on anything long enough under the tire hammer that it hits the wall yet? No, I have it bolted down. I bolted that tire hammer down. It's not going... Oh, have I worked on a long piece that it hits the wall? No, I haven't worked on anything that long. Yeah, Keith, there's an app for that. The topic tonight, jellyfish. Jellyfishes is... Hey, metal man. Yeah, Morante, listen to Speargrass. And Sam Towns from Sam Towns Bladesmith, he knows steel like I know burning things. I just burned this. I hear, look at it sparkle. Oh yeah. Burn out of there. Hey. Yeah, I took the sploot bowl from last week and I straightened it out a bit and evened it out, and I'm gonna weld pieces onto it and make it a jellyfish lamp. Winamp. It really whips the llamas. Never mind. think that is plenty long enough. Its thicknesses vary, which is fine. You're not really going to see either end. One end I'm going to flatten, and the other end I'm going to flatten as well and weld in there. So now I'm going to just round this up a bit, and I'm probably going to screw that up too. But I've doubled the length of this, which was important. You know. Adios, Dana. Adios, Thomas. I think Roy's over there. Go say hi to Roy. Give him a hug and say Yamez says hi. It's a lit jellyfish sculpture. You need to get your terminology right as an artist. Right? Right. Gotcha. It's a jellyfish sculpture with accent lighting, with LED accent lighting. I'm thinking what I might do with this. All right, so the vision I have in my head is not so much random curves. Let me try and find a piece of steel that I can use as a drawing board. All right. So it's kind of an off shape. So let's do it this way. Call this the base down here, right? And jellyfish right there off to the side, and all the tentacles coming off of it, right? So like it's swimming. The base, I'm thinking of having follow the tentacles through the tentacles like that, and then come around, get weight on this side, and like hook, and then attach to the base there. So not so much random curves as bringing it off to one side, you know? Imagine learning glass blowing and mixing it with forging on that jellyfish sculpture, right? But yeah, and then I'll likely polish this. That's why I wanted to get rid of a lot of the ridges. I'll likely polish the jellyfish head and do like temper bluing to get it blue with some spots, you know. Yeah, and as far as weight at the bottom, you know, I've got some. It doesn't need to be super massive. I've got some floating around here somewhere. I've got some 1/2 inch by 4 inch plate steel or 4 inch wide bar stock. Or heck, I could even use. I've got some C channel, some 6 inch C channel, and I can cut about 8 inches off of that. That will go nowhere, and it'll have it'll if I set it up so it's got the recess below it, that's where I can mount the drivers for the LEDs, you know, and it will go nowhere. If you make that base go under the cup of the jellyfish, you shouldn't need. Right, well, I'd like to have it a little bit off of it, you know. I don't want to have it. I don't want to have the arms come out. Well, I see what you're saying. Swing it out like that, like a big U. Like here's the base, here's the jellyfish. You know, swing it out here, the arm being the tentacles, and then bring it into the base right there. Yeah, I see the point there. You know, but I have C channel floating around that I can cut like a 8 inch length off, and that will be plenty of weight so that no matter what you do, you can't, you know, you'd have to physically push it over, and it would have the 1.5 inch gap below it, which would give me the room to mount the drivers and mount the cord and everything, mount the electronics for it. Adios, Elaine. All right. No, not a flexible post. I'm not going to do a flexible post. It's, yeah, I don't have the, turn this on. I'm losing fire here. I'm not so much mounting it on a flexible post. But if I had a bar of flexible, like that flex bar tubing for lamps, I would do that. Why not? But I don't have it, and I don't feel like messing with that. So exactly, Morante. Hey, Janetta. So it's definitely going to be a static project. All right. What would be cool is if I could get like LED lighting for the tentacles, like little like light up fiber optic lighting, but that's going a bit too much, I think. I really like the simplistic idea that I'm doing. Yeah, George, sorry about that. I had a bit of a hoof. All right. Flat spot for the welder. Yeah. Alrighty. Oop, drop forge. So yeah, basically rounding it off and then tossing a flat spot. Let me see. A flat spot right there. And that'll weld to the base. Let's see, these will probably hold that right nice. Yeah, do. All right, but hey, what's up, Daniel? And Dwayne, I do believe I did get your email. I'll email you back with my stuff, with info. Crawdiddly Adley. Forge weld to the base or MIG? Neither. I might rivet. I might bolt, but I got a stick welder. So, I might rivet it though, but that might be pretty difficult. Kind of the idea I'm having in my head, having the forging of the jellyfish and the jellyfish itself be very clean looking, and the hey Thomas, and the stand, or not the stand, but the have it look like rustic. Heck, I might even switch it up. I might even switch it up and not use this piece. I just had a thought. Come over here and chit-chat for a second. Take some chain, some small chain, take it over to my buddies who does have a MIG welder, and weld the chain into the shape that I want so that it looks like an anchor chain. Hey, what's up, Fallon? But honestly, that would be a bit much. No, because I want it to be a desk lamp, Bill. This is ultimately to put on my table, and if I do a hanging fixture, that's kind of rough. I do want it to be a desk lamp. But hanging jellyfish lights, not a bad idea. Silence of the yams. Hey, Bobby. Um, but yeah, um, with the whole jellyfish lamp idea, um, you can do all sorts of walls. You know, it's just make the jellyfish, add the electronics, and then attach it to the wall, ceiling, table lamp, whatever. You know, is this a UL listed fixture? I will be using UL listed parts. All the electronics on it will be low voltage, and with the exception of a 120 coming out of the driver, which the driver will be in a box, and which is a UL listed box, and be using a UL listed wall cord with a UL listed rotary switch on it. So yeah, it'll be a UL listed. I do know how to do UL listing. You know, as long as you use UL listed parts. Reason that matters is they actually sell make your own lamp kits, which has all the parts you need to, you know, to take a bottle and make a lamp out of it. So really, you know, the UL listing, as long as the electronics. Now, if I were to sit there and, you know, build my own light switch, is it UL listed? No, you know, but yeah. Oh, I've had people ask me that before, John. You know, when discussing UL list, or when discussing electrical. Losing the mic. Must be sliding down. No, I got it right over here. It might be, the battery might be dying. Main consideration, George, is grounding. Make sure what the metal project is attached to the electrical ground, okay? So that if a line wire comes off and is touching the metal, and the metal is not grounded, they don't then touch the metal and get zapped. If the line wires comes off and touches the metal, it trips the breaker. It shorts to ground. But yeah, I mean, that's just a matter of, you know, my back. I've got a whole roll of grounding wire right here, you know, specifically for lamps, you know. So, and you can take and cut segments off of that and then bond pieces together. So, there's that, you know. Don't you know? Yeah, the frame of a car is the ground in a situation of that 12 volt, you know. I've been shocked by everything up to 480. It all sucks, but yeah. Hot. Now, I do just got to learn a bit of brazing to braze the wires to the steel, you know. With a 12-volt system, like running it off a battery, I'm not 100% on those. It's been years since I've dealt with any of them, but if running off like a battery, you know, it goes through and then through a terminal, you know, positive to negative. Yeah. You know, think about it like a plastic toy that runs off of a, you know, 12 volt or 9-volt battery. You know, all the electronics that go, you know, positive to negative. You know what I mean? Ah! Interesting news today that I heard this weekend as well. Now, as a lot of you know, one of the things that got me started in blacksmithing was Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time, the book series. Interesting little thing, guys. That book is now after it's been trying to become a TV show for forever, you know, like forever, since 2000, past 20 years they've been trying to turn it into a TV show. Amazon has greenlit it. They've actually recorded 6 out of 8 episodes, and is my mic going down? But they've recorded 6 out of 8 episodes, and were halted because of COVID. But they are releasing trailers right now and teasers right now, and it should be hitting Amazon soon. So yeah, it's like 15 books, Bloobs. Hey, what's up, Jared? So I implore you guys, okay. I have high hopes for that show. I do not, and I know it's not, going to follow the book exactly. Okay? No, it's not Joss Whedon. the two showrunners for it are avid fans of the book series. Okay, that was kind of like in Robert Jordan's will before he passed, is because they actually were discussing turning it into a movie series or a show before he passed away, and he made sure, he put things in the estate like it has to be done properly. That's why it's taken 20 years, 30 years now. But yeah, it's definitely happening, and I implore you guys, check it out. I hope they do the Paranayabara character justice, because he's one of the blacksmith characters that I really enjoyed, and the Bill Wheel of Time, I love it. But I am like, I saw the teaser trailer. Somebody shared it on Facebook. I saw the teaser trailer, and I nerdgasmed right there. I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, I like, if the ocean wasn't 30 degrees, I'd have jumped into it. Yeah, doggy. Okay, so kind of where I'm going with that, Let me switch, get my mini cam out the way. Okay, kind of where I'm going with that. Right? Now, let that heat up. I'm running low on the fumes. Hey, what's up, War Tree? Adios, Alan. Catch you in the morning, Sulbert. Oh. So, I'm trying to find the next interviewer or interviewee. Nice. Right on, right on, right on. Boom. actually, you know what I need to do? This needs to be like that shape. All right, let me quench this so I can handle it. Now I'm going to do a bit of cleanup on this, so don't freak out, everybody. I will do a bit of cleanup. All right, so let me zoom this out. Then change. So it will sit on a base like so. Then this will weld, you know, like so. Okay? Can y'all see that all right? Right? And then there'll be the tentacles coming off of it, and the light is going to be inside here. And we'll say, I think I need to adjust this a bit so that it sits where it needs to sit. It is a jellyfish sculpture with LED accent lighting. Later, Troy. Yeah, man. Now, for the record, I am not the first person to do a forged jellyfish. By any means. By any means. You know, I'm not claiming that it's, you know, an original idea, none of this, that, or the other thing. It's just, it's my take on it. I was looking at the piece, the sploot bowl, and I'm like, that needs to be a jellyfish. And I've actually looked up and seen some of them done. Okay. Yeah, I think that's golden. I want it to come out the center. Yeah. Can you all see it all right with what the plan is? Oh, the tentacles are going to be much smaller and made of copper, you know. The tentacles are probably going to be 10 and 12 gauge wire. So there's definitely going to be, you know, I might even play around with this. You know, I'm basically roughing out the pieces right now. I may take this and, you know, punch several holes in it or squeeze it flat and twist it or do something different to it. You know, it's just something different than the tentacles. You know, so, yeah, that's just kind of I wanted to see the rough shape, is all of how I was going to do it and how it would hold together. But fun. I was thinking about something like that, getting some, like little fish figurines and putting them in the tentacles. But I could leave that up to whoever buys it as well, you know. It's all, it's art, you know. Yeah, Morante, Adam Speargrass, he's my doppelganger. If I had long hair and wasn't, bald and weighed about 100 pounds less. He's my doppelganger. He's my pirate buddy. Yar. Oh, the stand. Okay. I don't have the. Okay, so I have a piece of the. Ow. I have a short little 3-inch piece. This I need to weld a hardy shank on to be a bridge on my anvil, an anvil bridge. But this is the size of the base. It's just going to be 8 inches long. Instead, it has plenty of room under there for the electronics. I could even drill some holes and put some LED lights facing up. But that's the base. And 10 gauge wire. Let me see. Heck, I could even do 8 gauge or 6 gauge. All right. Okay, yeah, no, here you go. 10 gauge might be the smallest I do, but this is 10 gauge wire. Okay? 10 gauge solid wire. This is 6 gauge solid wire. I don't know if y'all can see any of that, but definitely a size difference. Or 8 gauge. I think 6 or 8. No. Okay, this is 8. This is 8 gauge solid wire. My bad. 8 and 6 gauge solid wire right here. 10 gauge is a little bit smaller. Fun stuff. So, I just have piles of scrap laying around. How will I attach the wire to the jellyfish? I am going to attempt to braze it using solder, or something like that. I will figure that out. Hey, Mr. Reynolds, how you doing? It has been a while. And yeah, hey, Butchcraft. Artist interpretation. Yeah, artist interpretation. While I was forging the secret project, had the idea of, like the shape, while shaping it, it was shaping out quite nicely to be a shell piece for a horseshoe crab, which I thought was neat as all get out, So a horseshoe crab might be down the line. I'm having fun. Bowls and bowl shapes are just hugely fun. 6 is like just under 1/4 inch. Yeah. Right on, Jared. Bigger the number, the smaller the wire. Absolutely. It was weird how they do that. Use Silver Bright Flux That will stick anything together when brazing. Yeah, you know. Basically, I'm going to watch a bunch of videos on brazing and take a piece of plate and some wire and practice and see what I can do. I mean, they don't need to be super strong. You know, it's not structural. It's just holding on just the wire. So a horseshoe crab with red LED lights inside. Yeah. Maybe I'll do a whole sea creature lamp series. Hey, what's up, Soggy Bottom? Your package has been just driving me insane all week sitting there by my computer. But hey, Sean, how you doing? But all in all, I think it's a simply complex project. Huh? Yeah, put it under my palm lamp. This might be easier. The palm or the bamboo lamp is that's a large, complex piece. You know, this one is a small, detailed piece. You know, easier for me to put together than like that large bamboo lamp. I have no idea how I'd do a base for that. You know. But I mean, I got a roll somewhere of number, let me see, 6. I think it's number 4 copper, you know, like some pretty hefty copper. Long edges angled up, hard to drill through. No clue. Yeah. I don't even know what's in the box. It would have to be a base for the thing. The lamp, the bamboo lamp, I'd have to do a mixture of wood and steel. Otherwise the thing would weigh like hundreds of pounds. 6 and 8 are typically used. 8 gauge is used for 100 amp panel or 100 amp services, grounding wire. 6 gauge is used for 200 amp grounding services. Today I was working on turning that sploot bowl from last week and making a stand. I'm going to be making a jellyfish lamp. Yes. No, it's a jellyfish sculpture with LED lighting accents. Yeah. A teeny tiny umbrella. A simple, complex project. Yeah, yeah. It's a simple idea with a lot of detailed execution, I guess. You know. For 150 amp service, you would use 6. Because 8 gauge is rated up to, I think, 125 amps, and 6 gauge, I think, is rated up to 220 or 200, something like that, by code. And you don't want to use what's less. You know, you don't want to use the smaller size. Crawdaddy, is it bad that I can hear you giggling? hope you like what it is. I think it's kind of cool. Funny and cool. Me too. State chain would be cool for the tentacles if you wanted to add some movement. If I was hanging it straight up, I would use jack chain for the tentacles. Simply because I like the way jack chain moves and twists when it wiggles. You know, we're probably talking the same thing. Let me see if I can find my roll of jack chain. I got it up here somewhere. My boss pointed it out, said, "Get that on the truck." I said, "No, that's mine." But my shop is a wreck right now. I got no clue where it could be. I thought it was right up here. That's rope. But yeah, if you look at my earlier videos, my hang downs, my hold downs, I use jack chain. We is talking the same thing? Yeah. But yeah, it's like a chain that lays flat with the way that it's formed, and it's real. It's basically tiny S hooks that are closed. Jill chain would be square S hooks. That is a thing. No, it's not. I'm just playing with you. God, where did it go? I kind of want to know where it's at, because that stuff comes in handy. Don't drink because I didn't put it down. I put that stuff down months ago. So you can't drink on the fact that I don't know where my jack chain is. You can't drink on that fact. At all, everybody. At all. Huh. I'll find it. But yeah, you know, it's all, you get the project in my head, and I'm determined to finish one, and this is small enough that I can build it. Yeah, I hate it when I have to remember stuff. That I can build it and have it be partially assembled, and then start tacking stuff on. I have to do all polish and all heat and all of that stuff, get all that done, and then the final thing, attach the LED wiring, you know. So I got to make sure it's completely done before I attach the LEDs. But heck, I mean, honestly, I could use that and then mount it here and have it swing in just a small stand, and then just figure something out, maybe take wood and fit it across that somehow. I don't know, maybe some old driftwood pieces to hide the electronics. You know? But all of that's a possibility. It's all, I'm not one to really draw things out. I have the picture in my head, and that's the way I want to do it. Too many changes, and I'll end up putting I'll end up shelving the project, you know. But not driftwood, dockwood, or the sand fencing that we use for erosion protection. That's about that size. Test. 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 Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So my batteries just died on my batteries just died on the Kimmy Fun. Alrighty. Take that off then. Distant sounding. That's because the speaker, I believe, is over here, or yeah, it's over there. It's not going to be that up close speaking. Birds are singing. Hey, John Jude. My mic just died. Oh. Yeah, that's the night birds, or the evening birds, getting their last calls in before sun goes down and they go to bed. But yeah, it's gonna sound far away because I am far away from the mic instead of having it right here. Silence of the yams. Oh, them quiet sweet potatoes. Oops, 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 oops. My slap tank right now is made out of aluminum. Yep, it's just a aluminum, big old slab, tank of aluminum. Oh, Adam is stealing jokes. Wasn't it Curiosity that said that? It is a good one. It is nice. Am I too late for the show? The majority of the show kind of ended. Yes, that's what I said. Aluminum. Aluminium. Aluminium. Yeah. Lumnum. Ah. Yeah. I'll tell you, Mr. Goodmoot, you ain't too late for Goodnight Fire. That's everybody's favorite part. I'll see the numbers rise up right at the end because they don't want to see me forging. They don't want to hear me talking. They want to jump right into Goodnight Fire. All you min, me, mumulum. I don't know. It's a non-ferrous, silvery metal that's lightweight. Titanium. Titanium. Lum num 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 num. Aluminio. 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 I'm gonna learn Japanese for aluminum just to annoy Speargrass. How the New Zealanders say it. Yes. I want to hear you sing. I was singing earlier. Yeah, that shiny stuff to make beer cans out of. You know, aluminum. Aluminum. You know, it's the shiny stuff that they make Arizona real brewed sweet tea, Southern style. Hashtag not a sponsor. That's what they make those out of. I'm gonna have one of these days. I'm gonna have a Moabo made out of titanium. I've got a nice chunk of titanium right here, you know, and I'm going to upset it down into roughly a smaller rectangle and make me a titanium Moabo that I can throw at people. It's going to be a throw Alumaloha. I love it. Alum Aloha. A throwing Moabo out of titanium. Excuse me. But yeah. Now we're just getting goofy. But I read it was a precious metal before 1900 until they figured out they needed bauxite to refine it. Neat. But anyway, guys, I've got about 75 people watching and waiting for Goodnight Fire. Yeah, upset it down, an oxymoron. No, I don't know. So if I were to have 75 people in here, I'd go another 2 hours just to put on a better show. But yeah, so I'm going to throw on some Goodnight Fire here for you guys. And yeah, and we'll call it a night. Tit and Neum. Yeah, that's the fighting style. Alright, guys. Test. Good night, fire. Good night, coal. Good night, embers. Good night, glow. Good night, hammer. Almost lost it. Good night, tongs in the rack. Good night, steel. From yellow to black. Anvil is quiet. Still as the tweer. The show is messed up today. Good night, blacksmiths. Everywhere. I forgot that the audio capture for this scene is not the audio capture that I needed. It is. It's a manic Goodnight Fire. You guys have a wonderful day. I will see you guys tomorrow. We've got a package opening from Mr. Soggy Bottom Forge is going to happen. I've been waiting all week. I'm losing my mind. He says I'm going to laugh, and I am waiting for it. So, all right. I will see you all tomorrow. Good night. I've got to go unload things and clean up. But, yes. Have a good one, everybody.